Hello there, Kieran Stack here, taking you on another installment of the Service Advisor 101 book. Thanks again for those who have supported me on my journey by investing in the book, investing in themselves, or investing in some of their team members to get better results, to improve their wisdom, their mindset, their skills, their habits, and to make them the best damn service advisors on the planet. That is my goal. Hopefully you're getting value from these sessions, guys. We are moving through them quite quickly. And we've moved to element 5, practice emotional intelligence. And we're about to finish up on that one today. So let's go to page 18 if you have the book. Like I say in every session, if you haven't got it, what are you doing? Go get it. You'll get it from Amazon. You'll get it from me directly. Kieran at service101.com.au. Okay, so high-performing service advisors can regulate their empathy. So what I've said here is that empathy is an amazing, intangible thing. As a loose definition, empathy is walking in another person's shoes or seeing something from another person's perspective. The unique thing about empathy is that if you have a low level of empathy, you can't sell, as you are a jerk. And if you have too high a level of empathy, you can't sell, as you don't want to risk upsetting the customer. Being able to regulate your level of empathy for a situation is a skill. It's a skill we're working on and mastering. So what I've said here, guys, is that empathy, by definition, is walking in someone else's shoes, seeing something from someone else's point of view, or considering someone else's opinion or perspective. That's what it is. Now, empathy is not sympathy. You cannot confuse both of those. Empathy is not sympathy. Sympathy is feeling sorry for someone. Empathy is just seeing it from someone else's point of view by taking a walk in their shoes. Now, the thing about empathy is that it's not binary. You're not empathetic or not empathetic or pathetic. No, you're not. You don't have. You're not 100 or you're 0. It's what level of empathy do you have? Now the thing about it is, and I've written here at the bottom of this page is: did you know that you can undertake an EQ assessment in order to become aware of your current EQ level? It is a fascinating and life-changing exercise that could be key to your growth. Now I'll be honest. I actually did an EQ assessment in 2019, I believe, and doing it scared the absolute hell out of me. It really did, because it caused me to become exposed to my shortcomings, to my blind spots, and it even went even further, and it was a 360 assessment where it sent an assessment to 20 people I know, some of them my peers, some of them I've worked with for a long time, some family members, some good friends, siblings, rivalries. I really got a 360 of what to get a really vast an understanding of how people actually rate me in terms of my social skills, my self-awareness, my self-regulation, my motivation, and my empathy. And what it did was paint a very, very clear picture of who Kieran Stack is. Now, the good news is that the results in the framework that everyone answered on and the results of my personal assessment ended up about the same. So, phew, lucky. Because if I thought that I was higher in that EQ than everyone else did, that's a red flag. That's a red flag because it would cause me to go, Kieran, hang on a second. You think you are way better than you are. You think you got no room for improvement. But boy, it certainly caused me to introspect and go, wow, there's more to this. Wow, I've got to do a little bit of work here in different areas. Now, empathy was one of those numbers that was measured. And what I discovered is that if you are too high a level of empathy, like if you're in the 90s of empathy, you are too kind, you are too soft, you are too caring, you are too, I guess, you will struggle to sell something because you feel sorry for the person you're interacting with. You feel like, oh, I'm sorry to have to do this to you. And on the polar side of that, you've got 0 to 10, which you've got very, very low empathy. The problem with that is that people don't like you because you're a jerk. They don't like you because of the way you interact with them. They don't like you because, well, you're not aware of self, because you're appearing like this. Now, to be fair, if you lack empathy in the service department, you probably shouldn't be in the role of a service advisor, because you're dealing with challenging situations every day. but being able to regulate and adjust your level of empathy based on the situation in front of you can be a superpower. So what I would say to you here is that it's important to reflect and first of all understand what level of empathy you actually lie on. Now, you don't have to take an assessment for this. I'm sure that your manager or some of your colleagues can identify that for you. Okay, so how do you rate your level of empathy? What are 3 things that you can do today to increase your rating? The 3 things you can do to increase your rating are perhaps, oopsie daisy, I'm going backwards here. Here we are. Caring about what the people that you're interacting with are actually saying. And you can do that by your body language, by your ums and ahs, by your acknowledgements, by your active listening. Struggle to find that one internally. But are you actually caring for these people? Are you taking notes? What's your body language? What's your tonality? As opposed to transacting, are you connecting? Are you trying to find common ground with the person? This is where empathy is key. Now, you don't want to be too high level of empathy because then you're just giving away the house and you can't sell, and you don't want to be too low a level of empathy. Empathy is seeing something from someone else's point of view. It's not agreeing with them, it's considering their point of view. So somewhere between 60 and 70 is a really good number to be at, because if you are there, you can adapt and evolve between ups and downs. You can come up and down as needed. Now, the problem with it as well is that if your empathy level is too high, and when push does come to shove and you need to be quite stern with a customer, you're going to struggle in that remit. Now, I want a manager to consider this as well, because some managers are the same. Their empathy is like, no, I don't care. I don't care about the customer. I don't care about you. I don't care about anyone but myself. Or they care so much about the customer, so much about the brand, that they end up giving away the house. Understanding your level of emotional intelligence can be a great thing. Can you do an assessment for this? Absolutely. However, you don't have to. You just need to consider it. Take an opinion from someone around you to go, hey, perhaps, yes, there's an opportunity for you to maybe not be as coarse. Perhaps there's an opportunity for you to display more active listening. Perhaps there's an opportunity for you to change your tonality or body language to get a better outcome for you, the customer, the dealership, and to not have to escalate it to your manager who's got to put the fire out, because they'll be coming back to you going, hey, empathy. We need a little bit more empathy from you. We can all recognize empathy, guys. You can recognize lack of empathy. Look around your colleagues. Look around your workshop. It's all there. All right. So be able to recognize it and leverage opportunities to increase your rating today. Again, this is one that being able to adjust it and regulate it is critical. Not just be massive empathy, or very, very, very low empathy. You got to be able to hover somewhere in the middle and be able to connect, de-escalate, see something from someone else's point of view, and go from there. Hope today that you found value in today's session. As always, I really appreciate you joining me. From here, it's a wise investment of your time as well to go back and listen to it again. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point. Please consider it. Otherwise, I will see you on the next lesson. Looking forward to taking you through element 6. I will talk to you soon.